What is up, guys? And welcome back to the channel and monthly notes. Well, y'all, can we believe it? We are at the end of January, okay? January always seems to fly by. And then I think February and March, especially that March, honey, drags on, okay? Well, monthly notes is going to be our little sit down and chat about the month, okay? So, entering January, I was just like, child, please. And I think everybody felt the same way. I didn't see any of this like new year, new me foolishness. I mean, how cliche, okay? And I had wrote a blog post. Yeah, I don't even know if I published it on my blog yet because I was like doing some updates to my blog. I gotta go look. But I did a blog post where I was basically just talking about how I don't even have any like goals for the year. Like, I'm not even interested because y'all know I read my Bible. I'm a Jesus girl. So I was like, this year, let's lean more into that. Let's lean more into my favorite scripture, which is Psalms chapter 20, verse 4, which says, may he grant your heart's desire and make all your plans succeed. Okay, that's the Bible. And the Bible don't lie. And then as I was thinking about my favorite scripture, that has been the tagline on my Hotmail account. Yes, I still have a Hotmail account. That has been the tagline on my Hotmail account for years. I was also reminded of Jeremiah 29:11, which says, all your days were fashioned before you. So I was like, if God already knows my days before I was even here, and if he makes all my plans succeed, listen, that's what I need to carry with me into the year and throughout the year. And that's the vibe I'm on, okay? We'll check back at the end of December and see how that worked out. But that's totally the vibe I was going with. And I'm like, yeah, please, okay? Because having goals, they ain't working out, you know. And y'all have heard that cliche phrase, tell God your plans and watch him laugh. So I ain't in the mood. God knows in my heart what I want to accomplish this year, and I'm going to work towards it. So for me, January was cool. Y'all know I don't celebrate the holidays, so it wasn't even about that. But I do think that I am going to this year. I think I'm gonna take off, y'all, that week that's in between Christmas and New Year. Like, cause a lot of people don't be at work. It's like a lot of people don't be at work, but then stuff be going on with the building, and I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over having to deal with it. So how about I just take off during this time and don't have to be bothered? So that might be on the docket this year because I don't have any trips planned this year. Y'all, I was just getting ready to say, as y'all know, I went to Italy in October. Y'all, I still have not edited that footage because when I started looking at it, some of it was shaky and I was like, Melita, please, what is this? And I had my camera on the handheld thing. So anyway, TBD. But in October, I went to Italy, and I typically travel out of the country like every other year, or every 2 years, or whatever the case may be, right? You know. So yeah. So this year is the off year, and I was thinking about like maybe I could do a little jaunt somewhere, but to be honest, no, I don't feel like it. Next year, I turned 50 and I'm doing a birthday trip with my friends. So I'm good. All right. I am good. So, yeah. So, I think that's what I'm going to do because, I'm not going to really be doing anything. So, my leave is going to be accumulating, honey. Hate that for me. Y'all might not know this, but I do not like being in like that leave, use, or lose situation. I feel like you're a loser if you're in that. Because why are you saving all that leave? For what? You don't get a prize. Okay, you look dumb. When you have leave, do just that. Leave. Okay, y'all. So let's chat about some TV. Now, I watched. I'm gonna just talk about what was popping in January. Okay, what was all a buzz over the internet? I mean, honey, you go on that Threads and everybody is just all up and through talking about, what's new, fresh, and popping. And what they were talking about, y'all, was His and Hers on Netflix. Tessa Thompson stars in it, and it's this other guy. I don't know his name, but he be in films and things that I watch. I probably should have looked it up, but y'all know what I'm talking about. His and Hers is also a book. My daughter then already bought the book, honey, off Amazon. Okay, because she wants to freeload off my Amazon Prime. So she already bought the book. She'll be getting into it. I want to read the book too. I don't think I've ever read a thriller, but I want to get into it, okay? So, His and Hers, it's about, let me see, the guy, he is a sheriff, and Tessa Thompson is a reporter, okay? No spoilers here, okay? So, y'all, honestly, when I was watching this show on Netflix, when I got to, episode 3, I had to put it down. I said, child, can we get to the point already? It was so slow, y'all. It was slow. It was dragging. I hate that for me, okay? I love an action or comedy. So I put it down, and let's pause that. I put it down, y'all, and went to go watch Rip on Netflix, the movie, starring Matt Damon and who is Ben Affleck. Let me tell you something. Talking about a good movie. That movie, y'all, was... Oh, and Tiana Taylor is in it, too. Which, our girl has been doing some okay things in the cinema, okay? I'm very happy for her. I'm very happy for her because I've always thought she was talented. I've also thought she was overlooked. So, I'm very happy she's getting her acting on, okay? Whether if it's good or not, okay? I don't really know. I'm not looking at TV to judge people's acting skills. I'm just not. I just want to be entertained. Please. People love judging stuff. It's very annoying. I hate it. It's like, what? How you going to judge somebody acting skills and you're not an actor? Please shut up. We're just here to be entertained, honey. Okay, so I cut off His and Hers, went to go watch The Rip because that was a new movie on Netflix. I loved it. It was so good. And it stayed good, okay? Guns a-blazing, debauchery, lies. It was amazing, okay? Make sure you check it out. Okay, and then after that, I said, okay, girl, because I'm working on being a finisher, okay? I don't want to start anything without finishing it. So I had to go back and finish His and Hers. And all the while that I'm watching it, y'all, I'm like, them people on the internet, they just love to just make a big hoopla over these shows. I was like, they're such liars, right? I kept watching it. I got to the last episode. I get to the last episode. We're going. I get to the last part of the show. And I was like, oh, this is what the internet people were talking about. This is what the internet people were talking about. Y'all, I was like this. Bravo. It was so good. But you got to get all the way to the end. Honey, it is dry trying to get to the end. But you get there, you won't be disappointed. Trust me. Okay, y'all. So, in the line of my daughter bought His and Hers, and I want to finish everything I start. Y'all, I want to read more. I wanted to do this last year, And I think I set a goal for myself that I did not meet. Okay. See what I'm saying about them goals? That's why I'm like, nah, no. Okay. I want to read more. I watch copious amounts of TV. I love it. Okay. I don't care. I love it. I don't care if I'm, looked upon as a couch potato. I just don't care. I love it. All right. So I want to read more. And I think now, one of my friends, Rihanna, but I call her Ree. I shorten all my friends' names, okay? Because it's just too many syllables. Her name is Rihanna. That's 3 syllables. No, thank you. So I just call her Ree. She is an avid reader, honey. She reads like 2 to 3 books a month. Did you hear me? I remember one time we was in our group chat and she said a word and I said something like, Ree, I don't know what's this word you use. I think you used this word wrong. Or I think it's a typo. It's something I said. She said, no, it means such and such. I read a lot of books. I screamed. And I also said, Melita, you need to get your vocabulary up, okay? Because obviously you need to get your vocabulary up. Your friends is using words that she's reading in books and you need to get it together, okay? So my other friend, Rams, her name is Ramatule. Everybody call her Rama. I just don't want to do that Rama. I did it for years, right? Rama. I don't want to do it. I don't do it anymore. I just call her Rams. That comes out my mouth better. Rams. Y'all see how that flow out? Rama. No. Rams. Just make that 1 syllable, honey. So I think she wants to read more too. So last year, it was this book called The Wilderness and I think somebody talked about it on TikTok. I think maybe Reed put it in our TikTok group chat. And I think we were like, okay, let's read this. I went ahead, downloaded the book. I started reading it in October. Y'all, I literally just finished the book not too long ago. In December, maybe. Or maybe it was January. Beginning of January. I literally just finished the book. That book was terrible. Okay, horrible. I hated it. I was like, what is this? Way it was written, it started good. And then one of the characters in there, because it's a book about friendships, one of the characters, I couldn't even read her section. Every time she was a librarian. Every time I got to her section, y'all skipped it. I said, you are boring. It's a no for me. So the book was horrible. I don't think Rams read it, right? But I think Rams was still very committed to us all reading a book together. Okay, so here we are this year. And I don't know. We was talking about it. Rams was like, y'all, yes, let's do it. What book shall we read? Yada, yada, yada. Rams was on Threads talking about me and my friends have started a very unserious book club. That thing had me cracking up. And I told them, y'all can pick. I don't really care. So we are reading a book. Honey and Spice is what we settled on, okay? And I am at chapter 3. I'm going to read some more today. I am at chapter 3. Now, the writing is cool. It's a romance, but it's with like college kids. I'm not interested in that topic, okay? So, when we loop back around and finish, I'm going to be like, y'all, this was a romance with college kids. Now, unless I'm only on chapter 3. So, unless these kids grow up and we fast forward in this book, please, okay? But we'll see, okay? So stay tuned. I don't know when I'll talk about this book again. Also, when I bought The Wilderness, I also bought 107 Days by our girl Kamala Harris, honey. Because I wanted to read that. When I saw her doing her press run surrounding this book, and I heard that the book was like a journal of what she went through, doing her, I can't find the word I'm looking for. Doing her run for presidency, I guess it's called. I was like, oh, I want to read that. So when I finished The Wilderness, I immediately started reading 107 Days. I was hooked on the first chapter. And I'm like, maybe these are the types of books that I like. But I do like a little romance, because I forget this author that I have read. I forget. But anyway, I do like a little romance, but I was hooked. But also, y'all, I'm like, oh no, is this book gonna make me cry? Because I literally cried that she didn't win, child. I took off from work and everything because I already knew. I was like, I ain't going to work. Stay home, girl. So I'm like, oh, is this book gonna make me cry? Because I definitely feel when I'm reading the book, and I'm not far. I don't know what chapter I'm on though. But as I'm reading the book, I'm like, dang, this is deep. You know what I mean? So anyway, but I had to pause it so that I could read the book with my friends. So I'll get back to it, okay? And then of course I've saved other books because I just buy the books on my iPad, okay? Now, I'm a tech nerd, sort of, kinda. I am in the Apple economic system, okay? Apple Watch, iPhone, iPad, MacBook, what else? AirPods, what else? AirPod Maxes. Yeah, okay. So, and I have no qualms about, ooh, should I get a Kindle? The answer is no, right? I buy the books on my iPad. If I do anything, I will get an iPad mini because my iPad is the iPad Pro. I don't know what year it is. And I have it hooked up on a keyboard that's heavy as a mug. And just having that iPad Pro, whatever, is just not functional. But then also I'm like, but girl, you need to see. You wear contacts, you wear glasses. Getting an iPad mini might not be the vibe for you. So I might not do nothing. I might just keep reading these books on my iPad, okay? And people like Kindles and things because they be talking about the distraction factor, but I don't have notifications set up on my iPad. I mean, people, we don't need to be notified everywhere we are, okay? You can just have your notifications on your phone if you wish and leave it at that. I don't have notifications on my MacBook. I don't need to be notified 24/7. It's a no for me, okay? So I don't have to be notified. I don't have any notifications on my iPad. So I might just leave it alone, okay? Because as I'm reading this current book, them words is so big, and I have like a page on a page. It's like one page. I'm not even reading it in book format right now, child, because your girl need to see, okay? So that's what I have going on the reading front. And so, y'all, that's how my January has been going. Chilling, reading, trying to better myself, okay? Trying to be consistent. Me and Roms went to dinner yesterday. And she was like, what are your content goals for the year, if you have any? And I said, you know what? I don't even think I asked her what hers was. I think we got sidetracked. But I told her, you know what? And I'm a text her when I finish this video. Like, girl, did I ask you what yours were? But I was just like, to be honest with you, I just want to be consistent on YouTube for the year. I want to do 6 to 8 videos a month so that prayerfully by the end of 2026, 2027, I could be monetized. That's the goal. I said, I'm not worried about anything else. I'm not on Threads as like, you know, talking and such, because I realized I don't like people talking back to me on that Threads manner. I'm not talking about people commenting on my YouTube channel. I'm not talking about that. But Threads is just different. It just be, I don't know, the opinion of it all. I just be like, nah, that's not the vibe. And I don't even talk that much. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. No. I was like, nah. So I just advertise over there. And then, of course, you know, I have to like do videos for the short form of it all, for the TikTok, for the Instagram, for the YouTube shorts. I mean, you literally just have to do those things. So, you know, I'll try to be consistent with that as well. But my main thing is just YouTube because I actually really like it. It's just better. I don't know. I don't want to say it's better. I just like it. I like it, So that's, my little focus or whatever for the year. And then, so January was cool, okay? February, if y'all don't know, my husband's birthday is February 14th. Please don't say nothing about Valentine's Day. If you know anything about me, I hate all the holidays. They're all stupid, okay? They're stupid, and they just want us to spend our money on their stupid trinkets and whatnots. And I hate it. Marquis put it plainly. He said, holidays are for the economy. I said, that's it. That's it. They are, and I hate it. So, Marquis' birthday is February 14th. Our wedding anniversary is also February 14th because I didn't care about the day. When he asked me to marry him, he was like, I want to marry you on my birthday, something. Come on, y'all. This was in 2008. Don't, please. You can't expect me to remember this. I'm 48 years old. He was like, I'm going to marry you on my birthday, something or another. And my brain was like, yeah, sure. We don't care. That make it easier for me. Hello? I don't have to be trying to remember another date. Please. Okay? So typically what we do is we typically this is so wrong, y'all, but we typically just celebrate our anniversary. Like, sir, I'm not, and we don't buy gifts. We just celebrate our anniversary. A lot of times it's like we'll do a staycation. We'll take off work for the week. We do stuff like that. What did we do last year? I can't even remember. And that's also finance dependent, okay? It depends on what our finances is looking like too, okay? If them finances is looking shady, we be like, oh, no, let's just get some crabs, or let's just buy some food from the store and make ourselves dinner at home, like our favorite things, like steak, crab cake, stuff like that. So, but this year, I was like, babe, I don't even feel like celebrating our anniversary. Can we just, let me just give you some money for your birthday and let that be that. He was like, okay, cool. I was like, yeah, because I want us to move. Well, not I, but we want to move, and we got other stuff going on, okay? I don't feel like celebrating. Yeah, we married, great. Please. We don't need to make a spectacle about it. But that's what I have going on so far for February. That's what it's looking like. It's looking like just that. And to be honest with you, child, that's enough, okay? That is enough for me, all right? Me and Roms are doing this series where we're going to all the great American restaurants. Yesterday, we went to Patsy's. And so, we're recording like a short form video of it. It'll be on my YouTube short soon. So February, Ramadan starts in February. So, and Rams is Muslim. So we're not sure if we'll be able to get off one in February. She was like, she'll keep me posted. I'm like, fine. But if we do get off one, then we'll have another Great American Restaurant content day. Me and Ron, we was doing it last year. Oh, but then she lost her dad, and I was like, scratch the rest of the year. The rest of the year is trash, okay? Because I know what it's like to lose a parent. It's like trash. The rest of the year is trash. I'm just going to try to make it through, okay? Please. And when I lost my dad, it was at the beginning of the year. Talk about throw the whole year away and it just started. I was like, this can't be life, okay? So we're she's working through it, and yeah, we're gonna try to get back on our content thing. So that also will be something to look forward to. So yeah, my February is gonna also be chill. All right, celebrate my husband's birthday, our anniversary. I'm gonna give me some crabs. I'm just being honest. I still gotta treat myself. I still got to treat myself, okay? So I'm going to get me some crabs. And yeah, that'll be it. All right. Well, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for our monthly notes January edition. Make sure you come back at the end of February for our February edition. And also drop down in the comments and let me know what was your favorite thing that you watched in January. And if you're reading a book, oh my gosh, please tell me what you're reading, okay? You got to help me. You got to help me and make sure I get my read on, all right? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.